Hi everyone. Today we'll be doing question 1249 on LeetCode called minimum remove to make valid parentheses. So the idea is we're given a string that might have outside and inside parentheses. And the idea is that we want to remove the least number of parentheses to make the string valid. So the idea is, well, as mentioned previously in my video about parentheses, for most of these parentheses quote-unquote videos, we'll be using a stack. And the stack will just be keeping track of parentheses going in and then their respective parentheses going out. So, for example, let's open Paint. Oops. Paint. There we go. Let's say we have this and this parentheses coming in. The next two parentheses that have to come the stack are an outside and outside. So we know that these two inner parentheses will match, as well as the two outer parentheses will also match. So what we can say then is that for any inner parentheses, we'll be pushing it into the stack. And for any outer parentheses, we'll be popping out of the stack. So how do we know if something is invalid? Well, if our stack is empty and we meet an outside parentheses, there is no inner parentheses to match it with. So we know that at this index, we need to remove it. So we can just use a set to keep track of the indices we have to remove. So let's get started. So if we meet a inner parentheses, as mentioned, we're just going to be pushing into our stack. Otherwise, if we meet an outer parentheses, we need to check two things. If the stack is empty, that means there's nothing to match this outer parentheses. So if stack.length is 0, let's just push it into a to remove set that we'll make. So once again, to remove is just going to hold the indices that we want to delete from our string. Otherwise, we can just pop it out of the stack. Cool. Then from here, if there's any remaining parentheses still in our stack, we have to always remove them no matter what, because there's nothing to match them with. So for example, if there were too many inner parentheses, we also want to remove those. So we can say while stack.length remove the add stack.pop. Then we just make our new string. So we can say so if our set doesn't have the indice, we just put it into a result. As I. And that's about it. So let's return our result and see if this works. Works just fine. And works just fine. Cool. So just to review, we're going to be pushing in every single inner parentheses. And every time we meet an outer parentheses, we have to pop. But if there's something in the stack to pop, then we know that it's invalid. So we have to push it into the set to remove it afterwards. If the string has too many inner parentheses, we also have to remove those. So this is what this statement is for. And finally, this last statement is just to create our new string without the invalid parentheses. Runtime wise, we're doing it two passes over the string, one over here to make the stack, one over here to make the string. So this is just O of n. N is the length of our string. So with that, I'll put a link to the question as well as my GitHub down below, and I'll see you guys next time.